But my partner's trying to ball like the NBA. So they out here moving product like it's baby dad. I don't knock them, I just know the game. They just really love the whips and chains. The more things change, the more they stay the same. When I flow every corner, see fire like a day. So I spit fire, no extinguisher. Might just teach that some Igbo to make her up our language. Speak up, keep up, I teach her to ain't right with that thing you pull. Out your bridges on your finger, it just cause you ain't too keen to war. Being put over your eyes, got you pressed like a light. So baby, you're gon' fade, losing, press your button. Get your heater like microwave. Ooh. You might just need to meditate, get your mind out there, vegetate this thing. It's time to elevate. I'm straight, down, out, go, slow, so I'll be take like enjoy, I'm straight for all my days. I get ready, what they Look. Flow hotter than pepper spray. Spit it for my kinky hat kinsmen that have been led astray. More than bullets from those who put it in hopes to decimate. All they ops, cause on our blacks, we learn to regulate from Warren G. It's kinda easy. When you listen to that G-Lo sound, I had it on repeat. Oh, then I got it out the mud. My fed out the mud. Why from you yapping, I start clapping like it's time to break the hood. Oh, ready, break. I remember eating free lunch with them heavy trays. Most my homeboys do heavy haze after 7th grade. And most my homegirls had old edges with heavy names. It's time to elevate. Yeah. If they hate, baby, let them hate. Yeah. You can see me shining in the shade. Yeah. We done came up on some better days. Yeah. It's time to elevate. If they hate, baby, let them hate. Yeah. You can see me shining in the shade. Yeah. We done came up on some better days. I'm straight from out the so I'll be shake like them Jordan ones. I swear it's for all my day ones. I get ready, what they pay for. It's time to elevate. If they hate, baby, let them hate. You can see me shining like a shine. Y'all know that's my song. Better day ones, you know. I want to talk about that. That's why I use that song. I am, first of all, welcome to Get Mug Monday, where we talk about damn near everything, be it positive, negative, but we going to talk about it. And when people write me and they put me in on and give me topics and things to talk about, to me it looks crooked, but I know it's not. I want to talk amongst everybody. So I'm also on YouTube, so feel free to join me. Ifa Jurnee. Make sure if you want to go on YouTube, I'm also on that. To everyone that is elders, Benician. To anyone that is under 4, Santo. To the Aluos, Ibaru. To the Tatas and the Yais, Malikum Nasala. To all my other Egyptian, Hotep, Alafia, peace, what's up, Puddin', hey, peace to Black Lives Matter. Now, I love this song because it talks about day ones. And someone wrote me and asked me, how do you feel about day ones? You know, and, you know, are you still friends with those day ones? Are you, you know, are they there for you? And it is such a touchy subject. Don't get it twisted. It is such a touchy subject because, you know, you come up with people that you are friends with in kindergarten, the old neighborhood, you know, places where you might have lived when you were young, and now you're in your I consider day ones anyone that was with you from public school to your 40s, right? Some people have it even longer. And you have friendships that have grown, evolved over the years. And you have those friends that you can go to and they're there with you. They support you. They're there, you support them. It's a give and take situation. They know you, well, they know you have growing up. Now, I tell people, I know a lot of people. I do. I know a lot of people. I'm grateful for that. I associate with a lot of people. I'm grateful for that. But my friends, I can count on my hand. My friends, I can count on my hand. But I know a lot of people. But my friends, I can count on my hand. And maybe one of them is a day one. All the rest of them are people I met along my journey. Now, you have to be careful as well because, when she asked me this, I had to kind of think about that. Day ones. So, hello, everyone that joined, and like I tell everyone, I'm on YouTube as well, right? Love offerings are always appreciated, sharing, commenting, all of that. So, this is interaction. I love it. So, day ones, right? Someone wanted to know about day ones. Day ones are friends that you knew from when you were young, growing up. Not family, friends, right? Excuse me. Well, I have one that's a day one. The rest of them are friends I met along the way. But I had to think about that because I'm like, day ones, day ones. Okay, I know a lot of people. I associate with a lot of people, business wise as well as personal. But day ones. Now, I'm going to tell you how, for me, my personal experience, I can't speak for yours. You always have to be careful what you consider a day one, right? You always have to be careful of who is in your boat rowing with you because some people be putting holes in your shit and sabotaging it. So, and I can only tell you of my experience. I once knew this girl named Lakia, right? Yeah, I say her name because, at the end of the day, it's the story, right? And it's the truth. And I knew her since she was 12 years old, 12, all the way up until she was grown, right? She would come in, hang out, watch my daughter, Dee Dee. She wasn't her godmother. So let's get that straight. For anybody that's on here, be like, oh, that's her godmother. No, she's not a godmother. And God bless the dead. It was my ex-husband that was like, we was living in Atlanta. And every year I would send her postcards, letters, cards and stuff to keep that communication. She never sent nothing back, like at all. And when we would come to New York, I would go to her house. Now I'm married. I'm really married. Me and my husband, we'll come up to New York, bring the kids. So we got up one time, it was late. And we was like, yo, we're going to crash in your house. God bless the dad. Her baby daddy was like, nah, I don't want, because y'all not married. We was like, hold on, stop. We're married. Y'all not married. So we was laughing. Me and my ex-husband, we was laughing. We was like, that's crazy. Hey, Sugarfoot, like y'all are living together in sin if you want to go that route. We're really married. Like we got married. So my ex-husband, then he was my husband then. He said, let it go. Let it go. Come on. We crash at mom's house and we get up and do what we got to do. I said, okay. So I let the kids spend the night there at her house. So we were sitting there, eating in the kitchen, in his mom's kitchen. And he asked me, he said, you always writing to her. You always, making sure you keep communication. She never wrote nothing. She never sent nothing for the kids. Like she never done nothing. Why do you consist on keeping that friendship? I said, well, because I grew up with her. He said, and? He said, but you come up here, you stop off, you go and see her, you make sure the kids go see her, you send gifts, but she don't send nothing back. Like he was like, so either you reevaluate this or you keep doing the same thing. I said, you're right. Say no more. So from that time on, I stopped all communication. And guess what? It didn't bother her because she never reciprocated. She never said anything. She never, did none of that. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I left it at that. So whenever I would come up to New York, I would stay at a house. If, no shade. If I went and got food stamps, I'd give her the food stamp card and tell her only keep 50 on there for me. If she needed a bottle or some cigarettes, I make sure she have it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever she need, I made sure, I bust my ass to get it. Like here, because I was staying in a crib, whenever I came up to New York or even when I came to move. Because I'm like, yo, this is day one, right? So as time went on, I was, growing, evolving. She was growing, evolving. We left it alone. So then I had, I was losing weight, changing, not eating. I wasn't smoking. I wasn't drinking. Like I never drank. So, but they did. So I didn't do that. One year I was always going. I was either in Buffalo, I was in Atlanta, or I was in South Carolina. Like I was always on the go, and I would just come through, grab something and bounce. But if she needed anything here, and she'd be like, oh, yeah, yeah. So then at night, I would sit out with her friend, Yolanda. Right? So that summer, we was all sitting out there whenever I didn't go nowhere, whenever I, So she felt some kind of way about that. See, I don't have a problem you being friends with friends that, I'm friends with or whatever. Good. Teamwork make the dream work. But when you are operating on a low vibration, it all seemed like competition or mess. I didn't deal that way. Like I didn't deal that way. I would go about my business. I see Yolanda, we'll go get something to eat. Or, if I see her on the ad and be like, yo, I'm leaving from work. And I'd be like, yo, it's a movie playing. She'd be like, okay. But see, they had this silent competition that I thought was crazy. These are grown women. And I'm talking about day ones, right? And their friends. These are grown women. If one got a TV, one had to go get a bigger TV. If one had a boyfriend, one had to go get two boyfriends. If one took pictures here, somebody else had to go to do pictures there. I thought that was the most stupidest, ignorant shit I've ever laid eyes on. For real. Seriously. I just assumed that was just crazy for me. But they would do that. So if we were somewhere, she'd be like, oh, Yolanda be like, oh, let's take a picture so Lakia can see it so she can hate. For real? So I would sit there and be like, yo, y'all serious? So after a while, that's y'all personal. I don't understand that. Let me go and do what I need to do. Right? So as time went on, I opened up a shop. Yolanda came there. Never forget. She assumed, right, maybe, that I didn't grow up in South Jamaica. Excuse me. I didn't grow up in South Jamaica. Like, I grew up there. Went to school, whole nine. So she was on the phone when she came to my shop when it was opening. And she was on there with Net West. And she was like, oh, yeah, I'm up here supporting my girl's shop, and Net made a comment like, oh, get away from there. That's voodoo. And I'm like, Net, you knew me all my life. Like, for real. No shade. Your sister, God bless the dead, my brother dated. He would bring me to your house. I would come there with Tressie and them, like, even by myself, like Raina, all of us, we all went to school together. Like, how is it that you're so comfortable just saying that? I was like, wow. So Yolanda, right? I'm telling y'all this story because I really want y'all to understand about day one with my experience. So Yolanda go, oh, I didn't know you knew the West. I knew all the West. The uncle used to go with my aunt. Like, I knew all of them. They're like family to us. So moving on, right? Lakia, she finds out and she's like milking that. And I'm like, okay. And then she's like, oh, well, Yolanda's messing with your ex-husband. And I'm like, okay. And, oh, but I told her y'all was getting back together. Yeah, no, girl, that's too much. That's too much. Like, that's an overflow of mess. And my brain don't function like that. So I confronted Yolanda. We cleared it up. We moved on, right? Real talk. So later on, Kia, she just started with the negative on everything. And you have to be careful because, see, I'm the author of my story. I wrote this. It's my life. I was there from the dark days to the good days to the incisive days to all of those days. It's my life. I'm the only one that was there. Know the reason why it happened, what didn't happen, tell the whole story. So Kia took it upon herself to try to explain to my daughter about my life one day. I said, I love my daughter's friend, because she sat there and said, well, you know so much about her. Today is her son's, death day. She didn't have a son. She said, yes, she did. Pulled it up. She was like, what? So I was with my homegirl that we went to school, public school together, and we talking and stuff. And my daughter's friend was there, and she was like, wow. And I'm like, this is the problem. When people think, now, like I said, she used to be under me. She didn't hang with me. She used to be under me. And there's a difference. When you're in the house, I got the babies. I'm not doing much. So you come through, you hang out for a little bit, or you take my daughter to the park or something. But I'm not sitting there with you, telling you my everyday move. There's a difference. So my girlfriend is sitting there like I told you back in the day, to leave Shorty alone and stop having her hang under you, because like this. And I'm like, wow. So she would sit there and really like make these stories up about my life. And I'm like, no. And then she was like, oh, but I'm your day one. No, you're not. I met you when you was 12. I really know your sister, not you. But I had you around me certain times, because you were young, your mouth was slick. So yeah, but you have to be careful, like I said, with people claiming day ones. Were you really there? And if you were, where were you? What part of your life were you with? Were you with me with the messy? So that's all you're going to remember is the mess. Were you with me when I was elevating? Because now you're moving up. I have a good girlfriend, right? She's my daughter's godmother, Yetta. Now, Yetta, I did. I started Yetta doing all kinds of bad stuff. She's a preacher's kid. I love her to death. That's my fucking girl, 50 grand and all. Now, she can tell you some stories about me. That's fact. So, Yetta, we standing there. She was like, yeah, G, we gonna drink. I said, Yetta, I don't drink no more. She said, what? I said, I don't even smoke. She was like, damn. And I felt so bad because I'm like, damn, I know I started you with this. And now you're not doing it no more. I'm not doing it no more, but damn, but it's okay. I still got love for you. Like, you do that. I don't. That's not my thing no more. I'll eat meat. Like, Mom, I'm changed. She was like, wow, word. I was like, yeah. And it is a difference when you have your original day ones that see the transition of your life. Now, I was the person, I run up in your house, I do all of that, you know what I'm saying? I would, stay in mess, fight, always in something. Call me Wednesday, I'm always in the middle of some shit. Like, that was my life. Okay, when I was younger, when I was 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, when I got 18, 19, I got to stop that. Like, that's not where I need to be. That's not, what I need to be showing is my mother, before she passed, she said, how do you want to be remembered in your life? Because I'm not going to be here to bail you out. When your mother died, that's a whole new different ball game. You're like, well, damn, I ain't got nobody on my side. I had my pops. My brother died. My mother died. Now I only got my pops. So I'm like, yeah, I got to change this. The game got to change. Like, nah, we can't be doing this no more. So now I had to go get an apartment, start getting a job, going back to school. Like, now I got to be, now I got to be on a different wave. You know what I'm saying? I got to be on a different wave because who can I fall back on? My mom's not here. So when it came to Kia and them, it didn't resonate with them to say, yo, who you falling back on? Why do y'all need to be in competition? Why do y'all need to be with the mess? Why would you sit here and try? The worst thing somebody could ever do is try to turn somebody's child against them. Now, if I stop speaking to you, today or tomorrow, that doesn't have anything to do with your children, right? At the end of the day, don't got nothing to do with your kids. I would never sit there and say, oh, your mother's fucked up and this. I would never do that. Like, no. But this chick, she does that on every level. Will dog you out in front of your kids, your grandmama, your cousin, all of that. And I was like, yo, that's the worst thing you can do to someone. Because children, and even if they're adults or not, that's wrong. Like on every level, that's wrong. But you'll see where you came from and the mentality and the things that you say, yo, that's horrible. Like, did I do that? Now, I was known cutting out everybody. I'm like the feds. If I cut you off, I'm cutting your whole family off. I ain't speaking to your mama, your cousin, like y'all don't exist. But I wouldn't dog or badmouth you to your children. I wouldn't badmouth you to your man. If somebody came and said, yo, you fuck with Kia, nah. And that's it. I kept it moving. You know, and that's how that was. But nowadays, you got people that say, you mess with Ifa Abeyo? No. And she'll see their kids and she'll be like, oh, I hate your mother, this and this. And you be like, well, damn. I don't do that with yours. What gives you the right to do that? So you have that, when you see that transition in your life to where you used to be and the growth and the way that you're going now, oh my God, it becomes amazing. It becomes, damn, when you know better, you do better. That saying is real. Like, it's not a joke. When you know better, you really do better. You know, and people will, but you have to want the healing. See, that's another thing. You have to want the healing. See, the area or the people I used to hang out with, no shade, they would, if they wanted your man, they'd shake your hand and sleep with your man. Or they'll be like, yo, it didn't work out with you, so, I want to date him. He could be a shitbag. Don't matter at all. Or if you go and do a page or you do a podcast or you do something like that, they will either dog it out or make 3 more. You know what I'm saying? Like these women, and no shade, these women will literally, they'll be on my page and I'm like, okay, I spit something uplifting, go get some healing. Like I'm quick to tell you that, go get some healing, work on you. They're not on my page for that. They on my page to be like, oh, when they see my ex-husband, oh, I saw your wife. I saw your ex-wife doing a live. Like that's how they do. Or if I come down to New York, they'll play the Boulevard and be like, oh, I thought she would come over here. Why? Listen, my mom's house is not there no more. None of my family members live over there. None of them. My nephews, none of them do not live in South Jamaica. If I go through there, it's to see people, what's up, and usually we'll meet somewhere. Half of my, friends, they live either in the Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan. Very few. When I walk through Queens, it's usually on Jamaica Avenue or over in Far Rock or Baisley. It's never by South Jamaica. And if I do walk through that way, what's up? And I keep it moving, So it's not that, and mind you, I got great love for South Jamaica. Don't get it twisted. I lived right down the block. If I go see Troy Vaughn, I love him, the barbershop. So make sure y'all go on 109 and go see Troy Vaughn because he cut hair really, really well. But I just don't go over that side when it was, where I used to stay at on 159 and 110. I don't go over that way. Why? Because it's mess. It's mess, majority of them. I'm not saying everybody, but majority of them, especially the ones that I would sit with, it's mess. All they want to do is sit there and badmouth the next person. I remember sitting on the bench with Karen Curry and them. I said, I want to see what y'all do every day. So I sat on the bench. I thought I had ADD. I was sitting there bugging out. Like y'all would sit at this bench from 9 o'clock in the morning to 10, 11 o'clock at night, just sitting on the bench. Y'all would walk to the store, walk to 109, walk to the pizza shop, and sit there and talk about people that are going to do something with their lives while you sit there and dog them out. I couldn't make sense of that. I was like, yo, I would never do this again. That's crazy. I can't. Like, y'all do know y'all can get up and we can go to Manhattan. We can go somewhere. We can, jump on the Long Island Railroad. Like, we can go and do something. No, no. Mm-mm. And everybody that walked by, oh, her husband's cheating on her. Oh, you see how she took those kids to school? You see that? I heard she got her apartment through somebody else. So just something. And I'm like, yo, this is what y'all do every day? And they're like, yeah, why? You think you better than us? No, but I got a life. Like, yo, that's crazy. But they would sit there, and I sat with them from 9 in the morning. I went, got that's when I was drinking coffee. I went and got a coffee. I sat there. I was like, what? And everybody, and I'm talking, it was maybe about, no lie, it was maybe about 3 or 4 females that walked by and was like, that's all y'all do is sit outside and talk about people. Y'all need a life. And they would curse them out and say, oh, that's why your fucking man is cheating on you. Or, you know what? That's why she a bump. I mean, they would talk about their lives. Oh, my God. But they were sitting on this goddamn bench. I had ADD. I sat there. I said, yo, I can't ever do this again. I looked at Karen and them and I was like, yo, it was Karen, Mary. I said, yo, I can't do this. This right here would drive me crazy. I see why I left. Oh my goodness. And I remember when I told them all, I said, and this was over 20 something years ago. I said, hey, I'm moving to Atlanta. Why are you going down there? Oh my God, you're gonna mess your kids up for life. Oh my God, you're gonna be a bum. Everyone's gonna leave you. And I'm like, no. See, my day ones wasn't supportive. They would want you to sit on the bench with them. My day ones, they didn't want you to open up a company. They didn't want you to do a business. They didn't want you in a functional relationship. They didn't want you to heal. My day ones wanted you to be in mess because there's always room at the misery table. See, everybody want to sit there when in reality, you can get yourself up. And then I wasn't smoking and drinking. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't. Now, back in the day, I used to smoke mad weed. They called me stay high. I stayed high. I smoked mad weed. One day, no lie, I got up. I said, yo, I told Mika. She be on my page. I said, yo, Meek, I'm going to church. She said, what? I went to church with this goddamn disco ball dress on. I was still high. Weed out. You could smell the weed on me. I walked in Calvary Baptist and I went there. And when I walked out, I said, yo, I'm done smoking weed. Everybody looked at me like I was on a whole new drug. Like, yo, word? I was like, yeah, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? It's not for me. Now, mind you, I'm not against nobody else that's smoking it. It's not for me. Oh, for real? Not at all. Then I noticed I started saving money. I would go in my pocket, in my purse and be like, where I get this extra money? Oh, I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke weed. Okay. So I would have it then. I would buy plants and stuff. And it became like, oh, you think you're better than us? No, I'm not. I want to be healthy. Like, I want to live. Like, you know, hey. And it was like, I would, especially when I started locking my hair. Oh, my God. Oh, you're going to look like one of those nasty people. Because I was in the church then. And it was, you're going to look like one of them nasty people. Oh, my goodness. You shouldn't do that. So I would wrap my hair. You know, I started wrapping, you know, material around me. I went back to school, started hanging with different people, wound up getting a job. You know, I was a caseworker. Like, I was doing something totally different. And they would sit there. So on Saturdays, some days, you know, how you be like, you know, I'm by the house, you know, I'm not going to do nothing. The kids are all down the block. I'm just going to sit outside for a little bit. I cleaned up my house. I went and started buying furniture, started painting, taking, you know, stocking the way I live. I'm sitting out there. They was like, yeah, you think you're better than us, but I got a flat screen. I said, I don't need a flat screen. I used to write, so I didn't really care about a flat screen. Oh, well, I said, well, I don't need all that. My kids got beds. I got a bed. We got a TV. We good. You know, what made me start where I didn't like the life I was heading down on some real. I didn't, you know, fighting, arguing, grown women. I had gotten married and it wasn't what I wanted at all. I didn't want my children to go through that. I didn't need for me to say, well, my daughter and all of them are going to be in prison. I'm gonna be out here in South Jamaica fighting. I just wanted more. I didn't believe when I would sit on the bench with them with Sherelle and all of them, Michelle, God bless the dead, and all of them. I used to always sit and ask, yo, it has to be more than this. And their reply to me would be, this is it. You should be happy. You got welfare paying your rent. No shade. When I was living in South Jamaica in the projects, you got welfare paying your rent. You got a man. You should be happy. I said, this can't be it. Like at all. We couldn't really keep our kids outside because the police, they had just killed someone. Like the police would ride through. They did not care if your kids was in the middle of the square. Like it was bad after, for a moment. And, people were shooting each other, just doing the most. I couldn't send my kids to the store. I would send them down the block to my mom's house. So it wasn't, and then my ex-husband, because I had got married. So my ex-husband, he had all his little shorties, Sherry and them. And I remember, it was Karen that told me I would send them to school and, I would go to work. They were big. They were in the 6th grade. So I had 4. So the older one hold the little one, the older one hold the little one, right? So, and they would walk, the crossing guard would be on the corner. So Sherry and them would take it upon themselves every time my kids would walk by, and they were bountiful. Good morning, good morning, good morning, miss, good morning. And they would sit there and say around my kids, oh, I hope they die. I hope they get hit. What? So when Karen told me, I went down there. So then my son was accused of robbing a bank. He looked like someone. The dude was skinny. My son was this big guy. My daughter, Dee Dee, then she was going to school, and Nikki's daughter was in the same grade, and they had a little fight. Nikki gives her daughter a knife. You gonna stab my daughter? Like, they both in the 2nd grade. Like, what the fuck? So it was a lot of things that led me to say, let me leave, and I need to change my life. But I started changing my life while I was in New York. I started hanging with Monifa, and I'm learning spirituality. We talking, this is over 20 something years ago. This is damn near 30 years ago. I would, hang with Monifa and them. Monifa, I remember when Alana Van Zant would come to Queens. I remember Ruby. I remember when Queen Afua would, teach and come out. We would be in the African Poetry Theater. I took the Women's Rites of Passage. Back then, my name was Imani Dada Alatenge, which means, because it was Swahili, it meant faith sister, God will help us. So I had that name. And I would wrap up. I was growing my locks. Oh, yeah. That's a good book. It is a good book. No shade. My daughter, my son, all of them, they all had their names. My son's name was Davu. My daughter's was Hajanika. My other daughter was Mizan, and the last one was Mosi. And these was also Swahili names. Davu was firstborn. My daughter Hajanika, to be at hand, looks like her grandmother. My daughter Mazan is wisdom. That was Dee Dee's name. And Mosi is who is the original father? Who's the father? So we would do that. We went to the Rites of Passage. They went to the Jamaica Art Center. Like, we was learning cultural, our roots. And, I was a vegetarian straight up. You couldn't get me to eat anything that was store-bought. If it could produce pee or shit, it was not going in my body. I would grow flowers. I homeschooled my kids for about 2 years. And, I was on it. And people didn't understand the transition because, you get tested and people would be like, oh, this one said something about you. And instead of me running up to him and be like, man, I would walk up to him and be like, whatever is hurting you, if I hurt you, I apologize. But whatever is hurting you, you should really like meditate. I was doing yoga. I was meditating, so my kids would meditate. We would do yoga early in the morning and late at night before we go to bed. I would like different scents for them to relax if they had to take a test or something like that. So it was we had like a cultural house. And yeah, it was. I didn't have friends. And the friends I did thought I had they were making fun of me and cracking jokes about me when I left their presence. Like I wanted a sister circle in real life. So on Fridays, they would come to my house and I would introduce them to different herbs. And, I would cook and we would sit and talk about, women's issues. If you had whatever you wanted to speak about, you know what I'm saying? And my husband and them would leave for about 2 hours. I was into growing plants, me and Sherelle, so I was really trying to be that, that person that I knew I should become. And at the end of the day, oh my God, man, one disagreement, right, amongst other people. And I'm sitting there because I didn't have nothing to do with it. I was sitting there. I came in. I had the sweet smell of success, the incense. I had just came back from the Million Woman March. And they were sitting there and Sherelle and all of them, and they were like, oh yeah, because you running around with her, tell her how you really feel. And I'm sitting here like, okay, because I only reply when you say my name. If you're not saying my name, I just take it as you venting. She was like, yeah, because you sitting there, you go in her house and you be telling everybody how she's just fronting and she's not really no spiritual person and she's on this journey. She's full of shit. Tell her you don't want to be around her with all the material and stuff and all that head wrapping. You don't want to be around somebody that look like they from Africa. I said, what? Wait. So I left it alone. Now, one year, no lie, my husband decided we wanted dogs. Well, you can't leave all these puppies in an apartment because of the smell. So every day we would be bleaching and cleaning. So Sherelle and them took it upon themselves to call housing. Okay. So I'm like, listen, Craig, you got to take these dogs out of here. Like, I'm not going to lose my apartment for this. So he started selling the dogs. But every day we would mop with the bleach. But it just wasn't enough. We had 8 puppies and 2 big dogs in a 3-bedroom apartment. Come on. Like I had to take ownership for that. So I'm like, nah, you got to take them to your mom's house or whatever. You can't keep them here. This is, what I'm saying? Like you got now them calling on us and stuff. So after that, we cleaned it up, made sure we got new furniture, did all that. I was going to, back then you had, Martin's Paints on Jamaica Avenue, and they sold paintings. So I would go and get the paintings, the black art. I would put it up. I had all these plants and everything. I started back then. You had plugins, but you didn't have the plugins like that. So like the new ones they got now, no. So I had that. I had the spray, like I had incense and stuff. So I did a whole 360 because now, I had to paint and do all of that. So when the housing lady came, she was like, oh my God. And she was the one that told me. She was like, your good girlfriend was the one that would call every day. She said, and when you started changing, I had to come down here and see it because she was like, I don't know what they're doing in there. But, but we didn't do anything that was at night because we also knew we had seniors that lived in the building. So we would start like once the kids would go to school, 9 in the morning, I would paint, have the music blasting until like around 8. That was it. Shut it down. Okay. I would go up on Saturdays to catch the sales and get, an area rug. And I was getting, the paints. I would paint my kids. I brought them brand new bunk beds and stuff. I brought the area rugs. I brought toy chests. I brought all these black arts and, mask and all of that. So now everything is redone. I'm putting plants all over the house because plants make you feel welcome. So I got plants all over it. Craig went and brought me a wash machine and dryer, the stack pack, So now we're functioning. So they called, the lady came because I wouldn't let them in my house no more. Right? Let's be honest. You're not going to sit here and disrespect me and now you think you're coming in my crib. No. So when she came in, right, I opened the door. She came in. And she was like, oh my God, it looks so beautiful. Oh my goodness. And I was like, thank you. And, when she came out, because she was the one that told me, when she came out, they were all sitting there. They going to get up. Oh, we walk into the store. Like, this is the mess that I was prone to. Oh, we walk into the store. And they would walk behind her and ask her questions. And when she got to the office, she was like, girl, they was grilling me like you were a alien or something. And I was like, well, it is what it is. So then one day, because I don't like chaos. So one day I went and I, asked them all. And I opened up my door. I said, y'all welcome to Lowe's. And they was like, oh, this is nice. Oh, where you go? I said, Home Depot, Martin's Paints on Jamaica Avenue. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. Oh my God. And then you will see them getting their stuff. So I was like, okay, but it wasn't that I'm doing this because, it was, oh, she thinks she's better. But I never had that mentality. So, and that's when I lived down the other end. Then when I moved out to Atlanta, I would come up, oh, you think you better than us. How is that? Like, my locks was long, I was like, listen, we're enjoying this life. Shit, we can do things now. We're not living in New York where you gotta pay hella rent and do all of this and you stuck. Like, nah, we going to places, but it wasn't that. So back to the question at hand, when she spoke about day ones, you have to know who is your day one, who's with you or who's putting a hole in your boat. And like I said, you have to recognize and call people as they are. That's my associate. That's my home. That's my friend. That's my business partner. It can't be, oh, that's my friend. That's my friend, because not everybody's your friend. And we start owning that, then we can start moving as such, holding ourselves accountable, seeing the transformation that took place in your life and being grateful for that transformation. I don't care if you say, you know what, 10 years ago, I used to smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke no more. That's an amazing thing. Celebrate that. Celebrate all your triumphs. Celebrate all the things that you've overcome. Celebrate those things. Don't sit there and allow people to bring up your past or to sit here and hold you hostage for something that you've already been healed from, something that you don't do anymore. I don't have to sit on a park bench and worry about the next person. No, I'm going to go exploring. I'm going to go and see. There's still parts of New York that is still, they call them the hidden secrets. So I love going to see, love going to explore, Dumbo, all of that. But it is not for me to sit here in your house and worry about who's sleeping with who's screwing who man is in jail, who is their real kid's father. They ain't got shit to do with me at all. Like, excuse me, ma'am, that ain't got nothing to do with me. How can we come together and build something? Like, can we do that? How can we move forward? And if you have friends that all they want to do is worry about what the next person is doing, that's not your friend. Because see, when you leave, they're going to sit here and talk about your happy ass. So why go through all of that? I ain't got time for that at all. Especially when the nosies, how you doing, Ifa? Necessary like you are, and keep it moving. We're not going to sit here and, girl, how's your family? I don't know. You know more than me. You asking. You must know more than me. Girl, tell me what's on your mind. Like, when you come and ask me something that I know I don't get down with you on, you know more than me. So what's up? Shit, tell me. I be hearing stories about my life. I be sitting there like, shit, for real? When did that happen? And they be like, but it's your life. Not at all. But go ahead. I'm interested. How did shit end? My friend Steve, I'm sitting there talking to him. He was like, why are you talking to me? You a ghost because they told me you was dead. Nigga, I'm here in the flesh. How you doing? But you have these people that will do that, and we'll consider them as our day one because out of loyalty. I always put up that sign and that meme. I was loyal to motherfuckers I should have beat up long time ago. Seriously. Don't have your loyalty make you a slave. Because you're no slave. Oh, I'm loyal to them. Why? Are they loyal to you? Are they there for you? Or do you have to wait 5 minutes and see them making subs about you on fucking Facebook or Instagram or some social media? Are they putting all your fucking business in the chat room? No. Why are we doing that? Not at all. Not at all. Why are we sitting here being loyal to someone that will not even give you the time of day? And the only reason why they're speaking to you so they can keep an update on what's going on in your fucking life. No, boo-boo. Follow me and kind of figure it out on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and all that like the rest of them do. Because what we're not going to do is sit here so I can co-sign to some bullshit that you need because you think you have access to me. No, you don't have access. You lost that. And keep it moving. Keep it moving. Stop. Oh, but I feel so bad. I don't. at all. Peace out. See you later. Bye. And keep it moving. That's it. But you have to do not let your loyalty hurt you and strangle you. Because you're, hey, that's my baby. I love him. But don't allow your loyalty or your pain, Benicio, hey, Putin. So for you'll be in trouble. Like, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I am here to say, if you knew somebody for centuries, and at the end of the day, you go around somebody else. Perfect example. When I had the surgery, only one knew was me and my good girlfriend. And I went to surgery, and when I came out, the girl that I don't associate with, oh my God, why are you outside? I was like, what do you mean? She was like, I heard you had surgery. How you find out? Oh, because, so I called her. How do they have access to my information, Ma? When I don't talk to them, you do. Oh my God, it ain't that serious. No, it is that serious. Your friends are not my friends. I don't have access like that. Like, why do you need to tell them my business? Is that taken away from you, from your shine? Because you got to sit here and talk about me. So I looked at it, I said, no, I'm supposed to be outside. I'm always supposed to be outside. And I kept it moving. Because I couldn't understand that. When I'm around someone, right when they say, oh, I don't mess with this one. Okay. But don't come to me and be like, well, because they said, no. Thank you. When they said, oh, but no, you don't mess with them. So why are they a topic here? Let's keep it moving. What we get ready to do? You know what I'm saying? If you sit there and talk about me to Kim calling me. Yo, what's up? Hey, what's up? You busy? No, what's up? Listen, such and such got something to say because I need you to hear it. Wow. That's how that play. And if they go, yeah, Kim, what you doing? Nothing. Well, somebody, I guess they want to make you a topic. Here, Ma. See, now it's not mess. But they're calling, oh, that's messy. No, it's not. Because you thought we on my face that you comfortable to talk about somebody. Like, no, we don't do that. But you will have those so-called day ones that'll sit there and be like, oh, but I remember when, and you did this. Ma, what you know about me now? Papa, what you see about me now? Oh, yeah, so you don't know me. Yo, keep it moving. I'm good with you keeping it moving. It's okay. It's okay. I never said we was enemies. I'm just loving you from over there. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of people I would love to check. Like I was on Instagram this morning. I'm like, what? I wanted to check somebody so bad, but I was like, why? Why is this making me angry? So then I had to check myself and be like, damn, if I can't see their growth, then why am I mad if they can't see mine? So I had to check myself and kept it moving. That's it. That's how that works. The first one I have to hold accountable and check is me. I can't go to nobody else. I have to check me. So these day ones that we are talking about, be mindful who you give that title to, who you want to sit and say, oh, that's my day one. No, that's someone I knew growing up. I haven't been around them in 20-something years. I don't know what they're capable of doing. They might have their grandmother in their basement in the fucking freezer. I can only tell you what's in front of me. I don't know them like that. And I will be honest. No, I don't live with them. I don't know what they're capable of doing. So you got to remember that. So back to the question, a sister wrote me and she said, can how do you feel about day ones? Because you're on your spiritual journey. Well, I don't have day ones. So let me answer that publicly outright. I don't have day ones. I have people that I knew when I was growing up. I have people that I knew that were a part of my life in different stages when I was growing up into adulthood. Do I appreciate them? Yes, I do. Some of them, they can live their life. I would root from them over here, but they just not in my cipher. They're not in my circle. And I wish them well. Like, hey, all right, and keep it going. Because for some strange reason, people think, oh, well, you got to be loyal to the people you went to public school with. Why? They're not loyal to me. I know you lying. No. Keep telling you, our loyalty can be broad. So I'm not in that. So as always, It has been a great, great pleasure having this conversation. Keep your questions coming in. If you don't want to be known for your question, it's okay. Confidentiality is real. Um, I will be doing back doing the podcast. I have one I made this morning called Everything is Going to Be All Right. Make sure you tune in to that. If you want to leave a comment, you want to post, share, feel free. Go in and listen. I will be doing another one on Wednesday, Get Mug Monday. Conversations with Ifa Abeyo and Backport Conjure. I am still working on a meet and greet in Queens. If you want me to come to your city, your state, let's book it. Let's get it going to come to the meet and greet. And we can sit and talk and, answer the best I know how. I am also in the process of writing a book. I'm building up my YouTube. I'm, doing everything one moment at a time, because when you have everything on your plate, some things you have to let go, or, you freeze it. I don't know about y'all, but some people, we freeze stuff and we date it and we freeze it. And some things you just have to throw away. You have to get rid of, and some things you eat, you consume, because it makes a part of you. So little by little, the rat ate the elephant. Not before, not any time before, any time after, and nothing spoiled, nothing went bad. So I am in the process of revamping, redoing, because I told y'all in 5 years I'm going to retire. I got 3 more years. Not a joke. The only ones I will be worrying about is my godchildren. I won't be doing nothing spiritual besides that. So I know that I'm leaving it in good hands. I know that people are really doing what they need to do. And if you have to still live in mess because of your day ones, it's either you change the narrative, change your stance, or change the people you roll with. Because Les Brown and Sidney Poitier said it best, even T.D. Jakes. If you're the smartest person in your group, it's time for a new group. Seriously. So there you go. So I got 3 more years, because 2 years are down. 3 more years. And sister will be going on just chilling, because this is not, everything that I wanted to do. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every moment, every time I did it. It's very cool, And I was laughing because I said, right when I master it, watch, it's going to be like, okay, I'm retired. But then I'm happy for that, because now I can teach it. I can teach it. I can teach you how to build your page. I can teach you how to build your YouTube. I can teach you how to build your Patreon. I can teach you how to build your followers on Instagram, on TikTok. I can teach you these things, and it's beautiful. And also, because my baby Ty is on here, I'll be down definitely in August for little man for man's barbecue and stuff. So I will be there. So definitely. But yeah, so the meet and greet, and I'll be, you can catch me in Queens. You can catch me all over. I'm always somewhere, And as always, readings online, as always, on the phone, book your readings. If you want some other services, feel free, And as always, it's been a pleasing pleasure. This is Bobby Ann's baby girl saying thank you for being a part of Get Mug Monday, and go over on my YouTube channel, and definitely with that. And, let's build it. Let's build it. Let's build it. Okay. So everybody, y'all have a great day, a great evening, and I will hit all of y'all up later. Love y'all.